formulated the laws by which the universe is governed. But you can get away with it by saying nature, these are nature's laws. And the fantastic thing is the same laws apply on the earth, on an inanimate object, in an animal, in that flower. Say the forces between two atoms, same kind of atoms, and a galaxy a billion light years away. So, to organize such a thing, what is that force? Science doesn't attempt to answer that question, because this is an unanswerable question, probably with anybody, because that's the ultimate mystery of the universe. Of course, we want science to contribute to national, which the United Nations defines in terms of 3 parameters. In terms of per capita GDP, life expectancy at birth, and literacy index. And I define it in terms of just 2 parameters written about it a long time back. Per capita, electricity consumption and female literacy. I prefer female literacy to adult literacy, because in any part of India, the female literacy is always lower than male literacy. And the difference is more the lower the average literacy. Though things are improving and improving rapidly in India. That's why I prefer to have female literacy as a measure of development. The other is per capita electricity consumption. And it's very clear that you take any parameter. Of course, industrial development obviously depends monotonically on per capita electricity production and consumption, but even health parameter. If electricity is not available in small towns and villages, how are you going to provide good medical care to them? And that is why that is one of the, in our own department, nuclear energy, we are trying to contribute as much as possible to that. Because spirituality cannot exist in a situation of poverty. See, poverty, people must stop being poor first of all. That has been one of the things which we are all trying to do. And there is a very interesting book by Julian Huxley, who talks about religion without revelation. Hinduism is one such. There is no one person to whom you can ascribe Hinduism. It has emerged over such a long time through our Vedas and all that. And that way we are very, very fortunate to be born and being over here. Now coming back to science, the laws of science are universal. The validity of Maxwell's equations of electromagnetism, Schrödinger's equation in quantum mechanics, the general theory of relativity is not confined by the confines of any geographical region. Whatever religion you belong to, it has no effect on science. When you write a science paper, the paper is independent of whatever religion or spiritual order that you believe in. And everybody believes in these laws, provided there are experimental observations to confirm it. And this distributed belief in their validity among scientists from all parts of the world gives rise, in fact, to a kind of universal consciousness which you don't see in any other discipline. Certainly not in politics or even in social science. Religion is probably science is the only discipline in which you see this kind of universal consciousness. And of course our understanding of the laws go on changing with time, and also the manifestations of these laws in various natural phenomena many of which are still not fully understood. So I say that take two atoms, the forces between them in inanimate object inside my body and in a star a billion light years away, they are the same, at least that is the assumption. But who ensures this? And that is where you have to go to some force beyond. You can, if you are a religious man, you call it God, otherwise you say it is take some quotes from some very famous people. Joule, for example, order is manifestly maintained in the universe, governed by the sovereign will of God. Everybody can see there is something beyond. Even Einstein, the great Einstein, when the solution is simple, God is answering. According to him, anything ordained by God is never complicated. According to the famous Albert Einstein. Of course, even in India, you take the great scientists, take them who has been called a magical genius, Ramanujam, Srinivasa Ramanujam, mathematician, who wrote all his theorems without proofs in notebooks 100 years back. And people are still trying to find proofs of them. And none of them have been proved to be wrong. That was Srinivasa Ramanujan. Then of course C.V. Raman and so many others. See, Ramanujan's biographer Rangachari says that he stated results only in the form of sutras. And justification or proof was seldom given. And adds that possibly Ramanujan's institution worked in the same way as his ancestors did. His theorems in his famous notebooks, none of which have been proved wrong, are given without proof, and mathematicians are still trying to work out the proofs of some of them and are wondering how could any man have put down those theorems in the first place. Some of the famous mathematicians from Cambridge and all. Now, of course I can, if you take scientists have been very religious, scientists have been atheists, scientists have been agnostics. All of them have done good science, of course, not that this depends on their perceptions. And take even C.V. Raman. His biographer G. Venkataraman says, and I quote, while Raman did not care for rituals or institutionalized religion, he did in the tradition of the Bhagavad Gita believe in the intrinsic divinity of the soul and further that nature is a manifestation of God. Chandrasekhar described his nephew, also the Nobel Prize winning, famous physicist Chandrasekhar. Of course, he went away to Chicago and got his Nobel Prize from there. Described himself an atheist. However, he found in the Bhagavad Gita a source of psychological counsel. So, for me, I am not an atheist. I leave it at that, and it is a great pleasure to be here with you in this wonderful, wonderful spiritual atmosphere that has been created thanks to the presence of all these Swamijis. Even if they don't say anything, they are very present. It gives you an aura of spirituality. So thank you very much for asking me to be here, and it has been a privilege. Thank you very much.
We now request Revered Swami Gautamanaji Maharaj to say a few words in benediction.
Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya
सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. My dear monastic brothers and august visitors, august personages on the stage, I am just speaking to you only for a minute or two on the request of Swami Satyadevanandaji, because after this long meeting, they think that a few words of blessings from me may be welcome. I don't know how far is right. By the patience of all of you, by the interest you are evincing in the wonderful speeches that are being given, they are quite deep to think about, and you are all interested in deep things. It is a very, very welcome thing. So I pray to Sri Ramakrishna, Sharda Devi and Lord Swami Vivekananda to bless you with this eagerness to know not only the social things which are quite light when compared to religious and spiritual things, but in spiritual things also, in applied science as well as in pure sciences. Now the people, scientists like him, they know in all the pure sciences, students are not coming in almost all the universities, not only in India, outside also, because deep thinking is lacking. So I am very glad that you are all interested in deep thinking. Quite a lot of stuff was given to a deep thinking, and especially the last speech of Siddhidananda, and following him, our Chidambaramji. They have impressed upon you that we, the humanity in this world, we are a one family. We must try to feel this one, and we want some role model for that. How to be loving to everyone and feel the whole humanity is our own. The one great role model is Sri Ramakrishna and his disciple Swami Vivekananda. So we have been before us, and about 2 more we are talking, and because I am going to talk to you again in the evening, I feel I have taken the name of Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda, and when I take Sri Ramakrishna's name, Holy Mother Sharda Devi is also there. May all the divine trio bless us all. With these words, I finish my benedictive speech. Thank you very much. Om Shanti.
We now call upon Swami Buddhananda Ram Maharaj, who is in charge of the upcoming Ramakrishna Mission Center in Kolhapur. He will propose vote of thanks.
What a wonderful atmosphere has been created by all the galaxy of speakers here. I just take 1 minute. Just now, Reverend Swami Tyagalanji Maharaj has said that let's consider this Ramakrishna Mission Mumbai as a grandmother of 100-year-old. When we just approach to our grandmother, all our worries, all our troubles, it just goes away. So, we indeed, it is a wonderful atmosphere has been created by all the speakers here. I will not take much of your time because I know empty stomach is not fit for religion. Very first of all, I would like to offer humble pranams on behalf of all the monks and devotees present here to Most Revered Shiva Swami Gautamanandaji Maharaj. Maharaj is sitting with us since morning. So, indeed, we are very grateful to Revered Maharaj. Secondly, I would like to just extend our thanks and gratitude to Revered Swami Vishnupadanandaji Maharaj, the head of our Aurangabad Center, he spoke very brilliantly about the different bhavas of the different devotees of Sri Ramakrishna. So we are grateful to Revered Maharaj for his kind presence on this very great occasion. Next, I would like just to convey our heartfelt thanks and gratitude to Revered Swami Nityasthanandaji Maharaj, who is the head of our Ramakrishna Bangalore. And Maharaj has pointed out very nicely that struggle and growth, it goes together. There cannot be a growth without struggle. Wonderfully, Maharaj has put all these ideas before us. We are very, very grateful to Revered Maharaj. My next thanks goes to Revered Swami Muktinathanandaji Maharaj, the head of our Lucknow center. Maharaj has very nicely put the goal and the way, and especially in just achieving the goals. Identify the goal, awareness, verification and achievement. Very nicely Maharaj has put all these things before us, and surely we all are benefited by his speech. On behalf of the Ramakrishna Mission Mumbai, I extend our heartfelt thanks and gratitude, and we offer pranams to Revered Maharaj. Next, I offer our thanks and gratitude to Swami Yadavindraనందజీ Maharaj and Swami Kamalakanandaji Maharaj, Kamalakanandaji Maharaj for rendering two nice bhajans in between. Next, I would like to convey our heartfelt thanks and pranams to Revered Swami Nikileshwaranandaji Maharaj, Adhyaksh of Sri Ramakrishna Ashram Rajkot. He thrilled the whole hall by his unique style. Shakti Ma. By his words, he expressed those ideas. We are grateful to Maharaj. We offer our pranams to Revered Maharaj for his kind presence for this very important occasion. Next, I would like to convey our heartfelt thanks and gratitude to Revered Swami Tyaganandaji Maharaj, who just took pain all the way to travel from Boston to Mumbai. He was a volunteer of this month and he joined here also. And especially in his very beautiful story which he narrated about Yamaraj, it was very interesting. And we all must learn a lesson, the importance of practice for the spiritual life. So, on behalf of the Ramakrishna Mission Mumbai, I just bow down to him and express our heartfelt gratitude and thanks to Revered Maharaj. Next, our thanks and gratitude goes to Revered Swami Shuddhidanandaji Maharaj, the Adhyaksh of Advaita Ashram Mayavati. Maharaj has pointed out, he has defined the Akshaya in a very broader level. And in a forceful language, he put the universal aspect of Sri Ramakrishna. Very nicely and very eloquently, he expressed the ideas which is preached and practiced by Sri Ramakrishna. Our heartfelt pranams, thanks and pranams to Revered Maharaj for his kind presence on this special occasion. In the last, I convey our heartfelt thanks and namaskar to Dr. R. Chidambaramji for his kind presence. In his very short speech, he expressed about the science and spirituality, and where the limitations of science are just being observed, he just accepted in very clear language. We are very grateful to Shri Dr. Chidambaramji for his kind presence. Of course, the last but not least. Still, I have three thanks that I am supposed to extend. The first, our heartfelt thanks goes to Revered Swami Atmashraddhanandaji Maharaj. Because for the last 3 days, constantly, he is just anchoring this program very nicely, meticulously. So our heartfelt thanks and pranams to him also. Then, I just appreciate patience of all the monks present over here and of the devotees also. Since morning, we are all listening, speeches after speeches, but you all are enjoying these speeches. So, my heartfelt thanks to all of you. And the last which I am just telling about, our heartfelt thanks to and pranams to Revered Swami Satyadevanandaji Maharaj. You see, all the monks we have gathered for this momentous occasion from very different part of India, and he, along with his monastic brothers and the devotees of the Mumbai, they arranged very comfortable stay in the different parts of the Mumbai, transportation, nice food, everything he arranged very nicely. So, on behalf of all the monks present in this hall and the devotees, I just again and again, I just offer our pranams to Satyadevanandaji Maharaj. Thank you to one and all.
We request Swami Satyadevanandaji Maharaj to offer a memento to Swami Buddhanandaji. Thank you for the beautiful vote of thanks. With this, we conclude this session. We shall have the lunch break now, as it was done day before yesterday here. For the monks, it is on the second floor. For the devotees, it is on the ground floor. After the lunch break, we'll reassemble for a bhajan program by three of our well-known monks who are good at singing, as you know, Swami Kripadhananandaji, Swami Shivadishanandaji, and Swami Kripakaranandaji. So that will be from 2:15 to 3:15. So we request everyone to be back here by 3:15. Thank you very much.